Let's talk now about what I don't really like about my Tesla. I have to say that coming from Audi, again, my last car was the latest Audi S5 Sportback. The major issue for me with Tesla is the build quality. Nothing new here. I knew that before purchasing the Tesla. I knew that I had to do a little, let's say, sacrifice on the quality of the car, but I was thinking that this would be okay because everything else on the car is quite stunning, which is the case. But again, coming from Audi, I cannot keep up with the build quality. And a good example is I'm bringing tomorrow my Tesla Model S to the service center in order to correct a huge panel gap I have on the front bumper. Look at that. This is my key, my house key. And if I try to insert my key here between the bumper and the headlights, it doesn't work. There is not enough gap. But if I try to do this on the other side, I can enter my key here fully inside. So there is a huge panel gap, and you can see also here, if you compare the gap here with the gap you have on the other side, here I can almost enter my key in this way, which is not the case on the other side. Which brings another issue about Tesla is the customer service. Some things are really easy to do, like I took appointment to bring my Tesla to the service center with the app, and I did that in a few minutes without having to call anyone. But then I was trying to figure out whether I would get a replacement car and how long the Tesla would stay in the repair center. I tried twice to call their service center. The first time I gave up after 39 minutes, and the second time I gave up after 47 minutes of me waiting on the phone for them to answer my call. This is something really concerning for me, is the service center availability, I would say. As another example of the customer service quality, I've ordered a replacement for this carbon fiber tray because I have a little scratch here. Actually, Tesla was kind enough to realize that when I got delivery of the car, and they did order that for me. And at the same time, I ordered the iPhone cable to be inserted here. And I did that the day I took delivery of my car on May 25th. And since then, I didn't get anything. I didn't get any information. And when I tried to call them for these and for another question I had, I just gave up because I was waiting too much. So talking about build quality, I have to say that overall is not that bad. But then if you start looking at some details, this is where you realize that this car is still far, far, far away from the Germans in terms of quality. There are few things that for me, coming from Audi, are just not acceptable for a car that costs more than 100k. One of the things would be the way this joint here is done. Look at that. Personally, I think this is done in a very poor way. It looks like this has been cut with, I don't know, with a cutter, with a scissor, but it's really not good looking. And you can find this kind of small details a little bit everywhere. Look at this one. I realized just yesterday that I'm not sure if I can catch that on camera. I thought that this was just a little something's stuck there, but if I try to put this out, then there is a lot of things coming out from here. This is not that important, but again, it shows the little attention to details that is actually lacking on Tesla's cars. And same on the trunk. From far away it looks quite okay, but again, if you look at the details, everything is made of cheap plastic, and you can see that Again, the attention to details is not that good. Again, for a car of this category, you can clearly see that this project is old, from more than 10 years ago, and also the little attention to details is clearly missing. Some things to keep in mind when we talk about, I don't want to say negative aspects, but things to consider is that the interior is starting to look outdated now. Nothing to say against the seats. The seats are very comfortable, beautiful, and very good looking, but the overall aspect of the, let's say, the dashboard and the cabin of the Tesla, the steering wheel, you can see that the project is now a 10 years old project. So Tesla is due for a refresh, at least in the interior of the Model S, and that should come soon in my opinion, because you can clearly see from all the details that this is an old project and it starts to look outdated now. So now let's talk about what you may have read in the title of this video. I have decided to sell the Tesla. The Tesla is actually on sale. Why? There are basically two reasons. As much as I really love this car, as I said before, coming from Audi, there are a few things that I tried to live with it, but I realize I just can't. Something else I have realized, and yes, I'm telling it right now to you, I am an Audi sheep, the same as I realized last year after switching from iPhone to Samsung to iPhone, that I am an Apple sheep. So today I can clearly state boldly that I am an Apple and an Audi sheep. What do you think about that? Let me know down in the comments. So the first reason why I'm selling the Tesla Model S is that I'm really missing Audi. I want to go back to Audi. This is where I belong. This is what I like. I'm also missing the Audi community. I have to say that since I have the Tesla, I exchange, of course, with Tesla people, Tesla fanboys, Tesla owners, but I realize that there are more tech guy, more geek guys than car enthusiast guys. So they are more interested in all the technical aspects of the car, all the infotainment and all this stuff, but they are less interested in cars in general. And I'm missing that, and I can realize that when I interact on Instagram, I prefer much more interacting about Audi, and the community is really alive there than with Tesla. By the way, don't forget to follow me on Instagram with 1972. If you want to know exactly what is going on right now, you better go and follow me on Instagram, because I'm posting quite a lot about what are my feelings now about car, what would possibly be my next car. So if you want to know that, please give me some love on my Instagram account. Talking about that, from the moment I sold the Audi, my number of followers went down dramatically. So it's time to have them go up again. Please follow me, please. And now we come to the second reasons why I'm selling the Tesla. I've got a new job. I'm gonna start in a couple of weeks, beginning of September, where I'm gonna be a sales guy for a logistic and transport company. I'm gonna have to use my car because the company is not providing a company car, but they are paying me per kilometer. The issue with that is, on the positive side, I'm gonna use my car, which I prefer much more than using a crap company car, whatever it is. But the problem with that is they are gonna pay me per kilometer, and they said as I have an electric car, they're gonna pay me less per kilometer because they say that it costs much less to recharge a car than to refuel a car, which is correct. So if I do the math, let's say that I do 2,000 kilometers per month with my car for business reasons, what I'm gonna get if I keep the Tesla is gonna allow me to pay only my leasing. Is not gonna cover any other cost about the car, the depreciation, the tires, and so on. If I have a petrol or a diesel car, I'm gonna get much more per kilometers, which is gonna cover the leasing, the insurance, and all the other car related expenses. So it is much more clever for me to have now a petrol car given my new job. There you go. In this video I told you what I like and what I don't like about my Tesla Model S 100D. Let me know in the comment your opinion. I like to read your comments. I like to answer to all educated comments. What do you like about the Tesla? What you don't like? What do you think about my experience and my willing to go back to Audi? As usual, don't forget to subscribe and to activate the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you on the next one. Go to Instagram if you want to know more about what is coming next. Bye! Just a little update about the panel gap I was mentioning earlier. Today is Monday and I've been to the Tesla service center this morning. I took an appointment 1.5 months ago in order to repair that. I'm talking about the gap I have here as opposed to the other side here where there is no gap. Basically, after taking appointment, driving 100 kilometers 2 ways from where I live to Bern, I've been told that this can't get fixed. Basically, they told me that the headlights are stick to the chassis of the car, and if they try to move the bumper to try to adjust the gap, it may be even worse. So they suggested me not to do anything. What do you think about it? I'm slightly disappointed.